First off, how do we feel about this hairdo? It's very like Amy Winehouse turns into an octopus, but we're gonna take it down. Okay, what is up, fam? Today we are going to rage face on Falling Without. We are going to dive inside. We're gonna see what is happening in this sweet little tiny little project, baby. I know what you guys want. You want the hot deets. What is the story? What is the gossip? What is the Taylor Swift behind the scenes explanation of Falling Without? Well, I will tell you. So last summer I was dating someone and was like real hardcore falling for this person, and like right when I was just like, he was like, actually I don't feel any connection to you anymore, and my heart just like just broke in half. And it's sad because I was really heartbroken, but it was this excitement of like, oof, okay, we're coming out on the other side. Can't wait to see what the universe has in store for me. If that wasn't good enough for me, then like something else is gonna come along that's better, and like, wow, I can't wait to see that. Fam, I'm gonna put the full video at the very end, so if you want to listen to the song first, go fetch it. Let's dive in. The first element that we're running into is really the drums, so let's look at that. In this project, I actually did a very interesting experiment, I guess, where I created these racks of kicks and snares, and then I just selected them with a chain selector. I don't really recommend this because it just took up like a lot of space. So if you'll see, we have my kick open here, and then inside, this kick is really just an instrument rack, and then we have all of these chains here, each one with a different kick. So right now we are on kick E, LF kick 09. LF! For Lillian Francis. Cute. Let's listen to just the kick and then adjust the chain selector, and you can see what's happening. So an idea, this is great, where if we bring it into the mix, you can just go through your kicks and see which one sounds best. So it's kind of like a master instrument rack for the kick. So I did the same thing with the snare, so you'll see here are all my snares that I have. Whoa, we got lots of snares. Okay, and then I just switch up my chain selector, so. Fun trick. It can be easy to throw this on a track and then just like rattle through and see what works. So it's a good starting point. All right, now let's see what is happening in my percussion. I really like this vibe. Lots of experimental stuff on the percussion of the drum rack as well. What I did with my hi-hats is I put arpeggiators on the drum racks to take care of the hi-hat rolls for me. This is like the most extra drum rack in history. So let's look at this 1/24th hi-hat. First, we have an arpeggiator, setting the rate to 1/24th. Makes sense to me. But what I do next is I have this round robin situation set up where basically I have all of these different hi-hats or different variations of the same hi-hat. So you'll see the starting point here is a little bit forward, chopped off there. Here it's chopped off there, but transposed down, and then transposed up here. Each one of these hi-hat samples has just a slightly different thing happening for it, just to give it a little bit of variation as we're moving through the hi-hats. Oh, the round robin thing that I was gonna talk about, I honestly don't remember how this was made. I watched a YouTube video. I will try to find the video on how I made this, and I will put it below so you guys can see what's happening here. But basically, a round robin, so it chooses a different hi-hat to trigger every time this gets triggered. Every one of my hi-hats has the same situation happening, where it's a round robin situation, different variations of the same hi-hat, and then an arpeggiator put on it. Made it pretty easy to come up with neat beats. Okay, now we get into some really funny business. We have this very silly change in percussion, and I'll show you guys how I made this. So I have this perk, drum rack, pad, instrument rack here, and I have all these different samples. Just hella shit I thought was cool. And then using my chain selector, I automated it. So now we are running about. So see, we're at 21, 19, 40, 45, just racing around. Then I also have the panning set to random at 36%. So whenever you hear it, it's going to be just like a slightly different version of middle. Yeah, it's fun. And this is an easy way to be spontaneous with your drum patterns. Okay, we are gonna move forward. Oh, this is fun. Okay, pen snare, love this. I think of this as like my galloping horse. And this is called Nueva Grabación 69. Fuck Your Feelings. I remember exactly where I was when I recorded this audio on my phone. I was at the creek and I was just like in my hammock doing marijuana. I remember just making noises into my phone and being like, this sounds so cool. I'm gonna make this into a bass later. Here's my kick drum. So we're gonna listen to it right now. And me going, hi-hats. Hi-hats. And I'm snapping open a pen. Boom, 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 boom. That's literally me being like, I'm gonna make this into a bass later. Boom, boom, boom. That's the fun thing about music, is that you can turn anything into anything. Also, side note, this is a song that hasn't come to be yet. Fuck your feelings, and mine as well. What do I believe in? If I'm going to hell. Comment below if that should be its own song and I can work on it. So anyways, I took those cute little pen samples, added saturation, some echo, reverb, an EQ, a de-hum, some serial compression, which is this like insane line of really small compression, some stereo width, some more EQ, and a drum bus. So let's just listen to this without the shenanigans. And now I have a little galloping horse. Next thing's next. Corpus drums is this like kind of gnarly kick situation. So without the corpus, add in a little corpus here, pretend like it's going through a pipe, and then automated the tuning. This is what it sounds like. All together now. It's about how I knock it. You don't let me inside it. Okay, onto the little snaps. Obviously, if I sing Baby I'm a Classic, but you're pulling on my heart like it's elastic and I'm snapping, I obviously have to put in some snaps. I didn't quantize them, so they're all just a little bit off. You can see, giving them more width. So all together. Like my bubble gum. All right, let's move on to this little bass situation. I have this MM2099 808 clean C sharp. Very simple little melody here. And then for my sub bass, want to know what I did? Get this. I just resampled it and then pitched it down. And then add this fat bass strip. Fat bass strip. Moving right along for the bass, let's check out the audio situation. What do we have here? This was just a resample of my vocals, reverbed it, flipped it around, then spruced it around, threw it here and there. We got the Vox outro. Oh, this is also from Nueva Grabación 69, Fuck Your Feelings. Pitched way the fuck down, yeah, down 17 semitones. If we bring it back up to normal, that was just a easy peasy. Because it was recorded on my iPhone, it has kind of like a grainy texture. Super fucking simple. This song to me is really a soundtrack to last summer. I incorporated a lot of sounds that I'd recorded at home that summer. Bird recordings and walking recordings and just general atmosphere. Remember the same day that I was at the creek doing the little pen things and the boom? I also did a little recording of me walking. Just a little bit of texture, right? Just a little crunchy crunch underneath. Okay, now we're gonna get into the birds. The birds play a big part of this song. Here we have Summer Birds, which is just a recording at, 1 a.m. out of my window, and just these like pretty birds. They go chirp, 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 chirp. Oh, this is just like the sound of home. Birds are freaking dope, dude. What a cool instrument. I chopped up lots of little bird sounds. More birds. Okay, those are birds for sure, but down here, that's not a bird. Well, it is a bird, but I'm going to show you how I got this bird sound. So what I love to do is throw a delay. I'm like, I don't know what to do. What is happening? Where do I go? Somebody please tell me. Let me channel the source. And so I will throw a delay on, and then if you keep it in repitch mode and you just switch with the delay time, you get all these like little jumps and stuff. So I just have another audio track open, resampling that, and then I can use the pieces of that audio that stand out to me, that sound cool, and I incorporate them. So you will see here, that's what I did. This is a resample of me just like delay noodling on the birds. Breath. Just add in a little texture. Eerie lead. What do we have here? This is reverse. Let's turn it around, see what we have. This is for sure a resampled bird as well. See, sometimes when you have one piece of audio and you can just run with it, it makes it so much easier. Okay, now there's a lot of like little Easter eggs in this one. So I don't know if you noticed this little knock, but when I go, it's about how I knock and you don't let me inside. About how I knock and you don't let me inside. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? It's me. We're gonna move on. Moral of the story is that those were all birds. Okay, now we have a couple little synths that really give the song its character. So high bass blip. I'm assuming this is going to be a 808, but just transposed way TF up. What sound is this? Yes, there we are. So this is just my 808, but being played real high. Fun. Okay, this sound that I'm about to take you on a journey to. I could listen to this on a loop, like, honestly, all day. It's very therapeutic to me. This is just wavetable with some delay. This was just like Dreamy McDream. Anyways, we have these weird little vox blips. Somehow I chopped up my audio and then I added in some delay, some chorus and some reverb. And then we got these like weird trippy little. Okay, moving on to the verse.
Baby, I'm a classic.
Let's look at some of my
But
processing.
you're pulling on my heart like it's elastic.
We got some waves, pitch
and I'm
correction.
snapping like my bubble gum.
We got a little vocal rider to
Baby, I'm a classic.
ride those vocals. I got a little bit of some EQ here, pulling out the harsh frequencies that I got just from recording in my room, and then a little dip here around that muddy 260 zone. I got some light compression.
Baby, I'm a classic.
Super light compression. Roth Air, this is like my favorite plugin.
Baby, I'm a classic.
Just adds that
But you're pulling on my heart like
top
it's
airiness,
elastic.
breath, all the way.
And I'm snapping like my bubble gum.
That's pretty high. Like
You don't taste.
okay, we love that. I'm using Nectar as a de-esser. A little bit more compress.
Baby, I'm a classic.
And then we have a final just cut right around here on 280. Get that mud out. Now we're gonna do the before and after, my fave ski part.
I knock and you don't let me inside. It feels so good to feel, yeah. I love it when I cry.
So much more presence when the vocal processing is on. We love that. All right, and then for the chorus, I have the same vocal processing, but I processed it in a different project. And I have 3 different choruses. They're panned hard right, hard left, and hard center. And the last little thing, I don't know why this one tiny fucking sound has an entire group to itself, but that's just how it happened. This guy is my little ghostin'. So when I go,
There's a phantom that just appeared.
do you hear that? He's a little phantom. Isn't that funny? Let's listen to it dry. That's just me like, okay, what would a ghost say? Ooh. You can see how many takes they did.
Is it phantom that just appeared?
I highly doubt anybody has noticed this, but I notice it. When I listen to it, I'm like, oh, there it is. There's a little phantom ghost. I think that's it, y'all. This song is so simple. After I finished it, I kept looking at it and being like, shouldn't I be doing like something more? Because it just seems like so like doo-doo-doo. But then I was like, no, that's the whole point. A song tells you when it's done. This song didn't have anything more to say. It was just like, here's the point we want to make. We made it. Okay, we're gonna go eat food. Thank you so much for joining me in this sweet little adventure. I will likely be back with another episode of how I made this because I think it's so fun to look inside projects, peep around, and see what the little deal ski is. I love looking at other people's projects, so I hope that it is of interest to you to look at mine. I hope it sparks some new creativity or gives you a new idea or perspective on your own projects. So keep raging face and making that sweet, sweet music. And if you have something you want to share with me, please comment below and subscribe to stroke my ego. Thank you so much. Bye.
Baby, I'm a classic. But you're pulling on my heart like it's elastic. And I'm snapping like my bubble gum. You don't taste as sweet as you should on my tongue. So the time has come. I'm falling in love without you. I'm falling in love without you. It's the way that you blink when I look you in the eyes. It's about how I knock and you don't let me inside. It feels so good to feel, yeah. I love it when I cry. You should try this at home, so be sure that you're alive. You're a magician. Now I see you, now I don't. You're ghosting me in person. There's a phantom that just appeared exactly where you're standing. I can't stand him. I'm falling in love without you. Yeah, I'm falling in love without you. Love everything about you except the way you make me feel. See, I could have sworn I signed up for a different deal. I wish that you loved the player half as much as the game, but that